Hi, I'm Chris Frankel, Director of Programming for Fitness Anywhere. In a previous life, I actually used to work on the PGA Tour as a trainer for professional golfers. Today, we're going to have a professional golfer in here that's playing on the Canadian Tour, and we're going to take some exercises from our golf DVD. We partnered with Dr. Greg Rose and Titleist Performance Institute, who are recognized as the leaders in golf performance and fitness. You're going to see some of the exercises from the DVD put together in an abbreviated real-time workout for something you can do 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time, 2 or 3 times a week. That's going to give you mobility where you need it, stability where you want it, and really focus on core stability, being able to give you more consistent strokes and being able to hit the ball even further. You're going to notice that we're going to do some single leg and some single arm activities because golf is an inherently one-sided sport. So we want to make sure we're taking as much time on the left side of the body if you're a right-handed player, or on the right side of the body if you're a left-handed player like we have today. So let's get ready to jump into our real-time workout. All right, so we're going to get started here. We have John Collier. John is a professional golfer. He's been a pro for 4 years. We're going to take him through 8 TRX exercises. They're going to work on mobility, going to work on strength, going to work on stability. We want to make sure that we're getting you to go to the right as much as you go to the left because John is a left-handed golfer. So the first thing we're going to do is going to start with the TRX Chest Stretch. You're going to lengthen out your TRX all the way. Go ahead and grab that. You're going to start stand facing away from the anchor point, so you're going to face me. And you're going to start with your arms straight out in front of you, almost like you're going to do a chest press, and then you're just going to alternate lunging and taking your arms out to the side and just come back and forth. The whole idea of getting this exercise started is you want to drive it mostly from your lower body. Go ahead and straighten your arms. Keep your arms straight the entire time. Good. Driving mostly from your lower body, unloading that upper body so you're getting some nice mobility. You're getting that chest to open up as you go down. You're also getting some flexibility and mobility in that lower body. We're going to have you do this for about 10 or 12 reps just to get the blood flowing. I want you to keep those wrists nice and straight. You don't have to have a death grip on there. Do about 4 or 5 more reps. Really at the bottom, feel like that chest is opening up. Chin stays nice and tall. Let's do 1 more each side. Arms are nice and straight. Good. 1 more time through. So it's a full body stretch, kind of a full body mobility. The next thing we're going to do is the TRX Golf Rotation. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take it, you're going to shorten the TRX to mid-length. So you're going to shorten one side at a time, take those yellow tabs up just to the midpoint, and then you're going to stand facing the anchor point, grab the handles, and you're going to get yourself almost into an address position. You don't want to feel it like it's exactly your golf stance, but you want to feel like you're getting yourself into a decent golf posture. So a little bit softer in your knees. There you go, stick your butt back just a little bit. You have a grip on the handles, but you don't have a death grip. You don't want to have white knuckles on there. You want to feel like your weight is evenly distributed in your feet as much as in your heels as in your toes. And now you're just going to start and turn your body, turn your shoulders to the right, and then bring it back to the left. Now keep yourself going all the way through, side to side. All the way to, there you go. Keep it going. And now what I want you to do is I want you to take the turn out of your hips. I want your hips to stay nice and square, good. So you're getting that nice X factor. You're getting a nice dissociation of the shoulders from the hips. You're just getting a nice little rotary stretch into the torso. Good, keep it going back and forth. Try and keep your hands a little bit closer together as you're moving through the motion. And now I want you to add that hip turn. I want you to go all the way through to the left, all the way through to the right, getting to that finish position every time. Just think about having nice mobility, good. Keeping pressure down into the handles is going to keep the core turned on. Nice. And you can tell right away that John is definitely a lefty. Good, have it swing back both ways. You're going to notice because golf is such a one-sided sport that you want to spend just as much time for you swinging to the right as you would be going to the left. Keep yourself going just a couple more reps. Just feel your entire body starting to warm up. Nice, back staying nice and long and tall. Good. And relax. How'd that feel, John? Good. Good, just a nice little general warm-up. The next thing we're going to do is give you a squat. But we're going to teach you the squat a little bit differently. We want you to squat from the bottom up. We want you to get comfortable in that bottom position. So I want you to start with your hands right underneath your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Now let yourself just lean back all the way down, good. Now just let yourself go to the ground as any way that feels comfortable. Get as low to the ground as you possibly can. Now almost a little gorilla stomp down at the bottom so you find a nice comfortable feeling of that bottom of the squat position. Feel like your knees are pushing apart just a little bit, good. Keep those hips as close to the ground as you can possibly get, good. Now I just want you to pull on the TRX just enough to straighten out your back. Now give yourself a little bit of bend in the elbows and turn your palms facing you so your palms are right at the bottom, almost like you have a nice little bicep curl at the bottom. Bring yourself down a little bit lower, find a nice, good, steep bottom of that squat position. Now your hands are going to stay in this position. You're going to push yourself back up to standing. Good. Lean back again. And go all the way to the bottom. Get really comfortable at the bottom. Nice. You're going to see that it gets a little bit lower each time. Use the TRX to now take yourself from a rounded spine to an extended spine. Find a nice bottom of the position, turn those hands facing you, bend those elbows as much as feels comfortable. Hold yourself there at the bottom. If I were to cut this TRX, I want you to feel like you almost wouldn't go down. Now keep tension in the TRX and go from a bicep curl to a tricep press to stand yourself up. Good. Lean back again. Find that bottom position one more time. Get down nice and low. Nice little stretch at the bottom. Stomp around. Nice. There you go. Now let yourself straighten out that spine. Extend that spine. Good. Keep those hips nice and low and hold it at the bottom. Turn your palms in. Hold it at the bottom. And what we're looking for here is a pretty parallel line between his shin angle and his spine angle. So he's still a little upright here. So we're going to have him go from bicep curl to tricep press, stand up again. Lean back on it. Get to the bottom. And I really want you to stomp around. Get those hips nice and open. Feel comfortable at the bottom there. Good. Now take that rounded spine. And you can bend your elbows a little bit and bring yourself into extension. Good. Let your palms face you. Take your feet even a little bit wider. Feel like your heels are into the ground. Nice. That's it. Tall spine, hips down, good. We have a better angle there. Feel like you got a lot of pressure into those heels. Go from a bicep curl to a tricep press to stand up, and now go right back down into that same position. Bottom, straighten it out. Good. Straighten out your spine. Good. Palms facing in. That's much better. Now stand up, squeezing through the heels and the glutes. Now go right straight back down in a squat position. Good. And now let's get some reps out of that. So what we did is we had you find your good bottom position, and now we're just going to have you rep it out about 3 or 4 more. Pause at the bottom for a second. Push into those heels. Feel like you're squeezing those glutes before you stand up. Good. Bring yourself up. Let's just do 2 more reps. Down nice and tall. Rotate the hands. Bring yourself up. One more time. Down. Come up. Feel like you're nice and tall at the top. Extend through those hips all the way. Excellent. And relax for a second. How those legs feel? You want to feel a little combination of a stretch and strengthening at the bottom. So now what I want you to grab that. We're going to go to a shoulder series. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a combination of a I deltoid raise to a W deltoid raise to a T deltoid raise. So whenever we do these exercises, you always want to find, good job, your end range first. So I want you to just take arms up over your head, and you got good tension. Dude, how tall are you, like 8 feet? You got good tension on the TRX. Feel like you're just trying to pull the TRX out of the anchor point. Good. Now from that position, I just want you to take 1 foot back, 1 foot forward just a little bit, so we're into our offset foot stance. Take the other foot back, take that left foot back a little bit more, and get that left heel up off the floor. Good. And I want you to feel like you're trying to pull the TRX out of the, good. Now I want you to lean back and let that left knee bend as you go down. Arms come straight out in front of you. And now drive yourself back up using the shoulders. Good. Just do about 5 or 6 reps here. The whole time you're doing this, I don't want you to bend into your waist. So stand up tall. Good. Now keep this plank the entire time. Straight line. Just let your shoulders go as you come down. Keep those hips extended. Arms come straight out in front of you. Good. Drive yourself up. Feel like you're extending through those hips. Don't let your body bend as you go down. Just the shoulders come straight down. Better there. Bring yourself up. Still a little round as you go down. Good. You're just trying to drive those shoulders down. There you go. Better. Do 2 more like that. Come back down and relax at the top. Now bring your arms down to a W. So you're going to find your end range here first. You want to feel like you have tension in the back of your body. Nice. You want to feel most of yourself working from the middle of your back. Offset those feet again. Keep that body nice and plank. Get up on the ball of that right foot so that heel's off the floor. And now you're going to go back down to that same starting position. Arms straight out in front of you. And now bring yourself back up to a W. Good. Take yourself through 5 of those. You see you have much better control of your core here. You have a little bit shorter lever arm. So we got your body nice and planked up here. Just give me 2 more like that. Think that your body's staying extended the whole time. Feel like someone's going to punch you in the stomach and you want to keep it tight the entire time. Much better there. Let's do 1 more of the W. We're just working through some external rotation. Being able to get the top of your back swing on that left side. Good. And now at the top this time, take your arms out straight to the side. So you're going to find the end range of a T. Good. So you're always starting these shoulder series from those end ranges. So pull nice and tight on here. No slack in the TRX. Walk yourself, yeah, that's it. Walk yourself back tighter, 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 tighter. But arms straight out to the side. Not in front of you, straight out to the side. So walk forward a little bit. Feel like you want to pull this out of the ceiling. Good. Offset your feet. One in front of the other. Good. Now let yourself lean back. Hips stay nice and straight and pull yourself forward. Good. Don't let that back round as you go down. You're going to go straight back. Body stay straight as you go back and then pull yourself up. Good. Get 3 more like that. Nice. What you want to make sure you're doing is feeling yourself working through the back the entire time. Nice and strong in through here. 1 more time. Nice and tight in through the core, in through the back. Good. Let's do 1 more. Feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Nice. So now we've opened up the chest. We've strengthened the back. Now we want to take advantage of that open chest. We're going to go into a chest press. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lengthen the TRX out all the way, fully lengthened. Now I want you to turn around, stand facing away from the anchor point. And you're going to start with your arms straight out in front of you, just like you were going to do a push-up. Arms straight out, good. Feel like you're pulling those shoulders down and back. You want to try and get your shoulders as far away from your ears as you can. Body stays nice and plank. Let's take that little roll out of your wrist so you got a nice straight wrist. And now just start going through a nice straight chest press. Arms stay straight the whole time. Wrist stays straight the whole time. Up and down. Bring yourself up and down. Good. You want to just think that you're a moving plank. You got a nice straight line going from your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, all the way down. Good. Keep knocking them out. Knock out about 3 or 4 more reps. Don't worry about how deep you get. Make sure you're keeping that core turned on the entire time. John, you're doing so good. We're going to give you just a little bit more of a challenge here. Bring yourself up. Hold it at the top for a second. I know you're not going to be happy with me on this one. Pick 1 foot up off the ground, just about an inch, just barely up off the ground. Good. Feel like you're tightening up your core. Go down and do 2 reps. Single leg chest press in control. Good. So you just see a little bit of instability. You can tap that foot down to find your balance. And do 2 more reps. We'll do a total of 3 reps on each leg. Tight coming up. Good. Much better. Now put that right leg down, pick up that left leg, just 1 inch up off the ground. Before you even start, feel like your core is contracted, feel like your glutes turned on, feel like your shoulders are down and back, and let's do 3 reps of a single leg chest press. This is going to give you the same type of core control and stability you're going to need through the golf shot. Tighten the core, there you go. You set yourself before you went down. Good, let's finish up with 3 or 4 more reps of both feet down. Give me both feet down, feel like you're on the balls of your feet, shoulders are down and back. Let's get those wrists nice and straight, good. So we found one way to make it a little bit tougher by lifting 1 foot up off the floor. And because people say golfers aren't athletes, they're not tough, we're going to show them that they're wrong. Another way to make this exercise a little bit tougher is I want you to step back away from me. Keep tension and walk your feet back, walk your feet back, walk your feet back. Both of them, more. Now get your arms right underneath you like you can do a chest press, good. So now we can adjust, go ahead and knock out about 3 or 4 more reps here. We can adjust intensity here by taking you deeper. If you feel those straps rubbing on your arms, you just take your hands up to the ceiling just a little bit. Knock out 2 more reps. Nice. Who said golfers aren't tough? 1 more, give yourself, tighten up that core. You got 1 more rep in you, you got 1 more rep in you. Poor John's thinking, I got to play next week. I'm going to come back and kick this bald guy right in the head. Good, and relax. Nice job. How you feel?
Tired.
It's a little bit different than doing a regular push-up. It really requires you to turn everything else on. So now we work the upper body. We're going to work the lower body a little bit. We're going to shorten it up to mid-length. We're going to go to single leg squats. So we just did some single leg chest press, which means you had to control those rotational forces through your body and really work the core. We were kind of giving you some stability from the bottom up. We're going to give you instability from the bottom up again, but a little bit differently. I want you to start with the elbows right underneath your shoulders. Good. I want you to center that right foot to the anchor point, and I want you to just put your heel out there with the left foot, and I want you to get all your mental weight into that right leg, and now you're just going to go up and down thinking that you're driving primarily through that right leg. Go down, keep that heel on the ground. Come up nice and tall. At the top, feel like you're squeezing through those glutes. I want you to do about 2 or 3 more like this with that heel down. Form looks great, torso staying nice and tall. On this next rep, I want you to lift that left foot up off the floor just a little bit, good, and continue doing the single leg squats. Nice. If you get to a point where you're feeling you don't have the balance, you don't have the strength, you can drop that heel down, do 2 more reps like that. He looked at me like he was done, little does he know. 2 more reps, good. Feel like there's a lot of pressure into that heel, drive through that right heel, bring yourself back up. Nice. Now let's center that left foot to the anchor point. Start with that right heel on the ground right in front of you. Good. And now put all your mental weight into that left leg and start going to some single leg squats on that left leg. Good. Because you're left-handed, we're going to notice a lot of time that the lead leg, even though it seems like it should be stronger, sometimes a little bit less stable. So we'll see if that happens with you. Pick that right foot up off the ground and go ahead and start knocking out a few reps here. Nice. A little bit stronger, a little bit more stable on this side. Not unusual to see that in golfers. Let's do 2 more reps here. TRX Single Leg Squat. You can have that foot down to spot you. You can pick it up to make it a little bit more challenging. Good. And relax. How's it feel? Shake it off. Good. So now we're going to take the TRX. We're going to put it into single handle mode, which just means I'm going to take one handle on top of the other. We're going to take the bottom handle, put it up through the top triangle, separate it. Take the new bottom handle, put them up to the top triangle, and pull down on it. I want you to grab that with your right hand. Good. And I want you to start with that right arm right up into the armpit. Shoulders are square to the anchor point. Hips are square to the anchor point. You can take a little bit wider stance here. And we're going to do TRX Power Pull. We're going to control some rotary forces, and we're also going to get you strong in rotation. So just want you to let yourself go back, reach back with that left hand, and then pull yourself up and reach up to the TRX as far as you can. Good. And now to make the exercise a little bit tougher, go ahead and keep repping it out. I want you to feel that you're staying nice and strong the entire time, just nice and flow through it. Good, nice little motion coming up and down. So John's got good strength here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have him take one step in towards me. Take a step in towards the anchor point. It's gonna make it a little bit tougher. Go ahead and knock out a few more reps here. So we've just given him a steeper angle to work from. You notice that you can use your legs to spot your arms, so you can almost give you a little extension for the legs to get through good range of motion. Or you can start to load it just more into your arms and start to unload your legs. So without changing your body position, but just your mental approach to the exercise, you're being able to drive more rotation to the hips and the shoulders. Let's do one more rep. Down and back up. Good. Now switch hands. Go ahead and put it into that left hand. And remember, you're left-handed, so you'll probably feel a little bit strong here. You always want to have tension on here. Good. So start from there, feet a little bit wider. You're always going to start shoulder square to the ankle point, hip square to the ankle point. Go ahead and knock out a few reps here. Good. Down and pull yourself up. Nice. As you continue to do this, you want to think about as you start the exercise, you're pulling that shoulder down and away from your ear as much as you can. Great. Just like that. You want to think about, people say that ears are shoulder poison, so you want to keep those ears as far away from the shoulder as you can. Feel those muscles working all the way down across this right side and even to that left hip. Let's do a couple more reps. Go down, reach for the floor. Come up, reach for the top of the TRX. One more time. Down, reach for the floor. Come up, reach for the anchor point. Now keep tension on the TRX. Take one step in towards me. Let's make a couple more reps just a little bit tougher. Lean back. Down, reach for the floor. Come up, reach up for the anchor point. One more time. Down, reach for the floor. Come up, reach for the anchor point. Good. And relax. So what you have to do there is you have to control both your shoulders, your core, your hips, and your legs. You go through a full body rotational move. To take it out of single handle mode, we just reverse what we did. We're going to put it back into double handle mode. Go ahead and grab it, stand facing the anchor point. I want you to start with your elbows right underneath your shoulders. We're just going to do a side lunge. Take your feet nice and wide. Take them a little bit wider than you think you should, because the whole idea here, you're going to keep your hips inside your footprint. So from this position here, I want you to squeeze your glutes and extend your hips so you're standing nice and tall. You should feel even the stretch in the front of your hips. And now you're going to push away from that left leg over to the right side. Good. And bring yourself back up. Now alternate side to side. What I want you to do is take your feet just a little bit wider. Nice. So when you're pushing to the right, I want you to keep that left leg straight. When you're pushing to the left, I want you to keep that right leg straight. Good. So now just going up and down. What you're going to be able to do is create some more mobility in these hips. Open up those hips as you go from side to side. You're definitely going to notice that one side probably feels a little bit tighter than the other. You're using the TRX just as much as you need to get yourself up and down and to keep that torso nice and tall. Drive one more time this way. Good. Come back tall. Drive the other side. This time I want you to go back to the left and hold it down at the bottom for a second. Get as low as you can. Drive, drive, drive down. Drive yourself back up. One more time to the right. Drive yourself down. Drive yourself back up. So just our TRX side lunge. If we wanted to take it up one step, what we'll do is I want you to start with your feet together. And now we're going to do the same move, except you're going to step into it. So I want you to step to the right first. So you're going to step out to the right. Trail leg stay straight. Drop those hips down. Drive yourself back to standing, feet together. Now drive yourself out to the left. Nice job there. Go about 3 or 4 more reps. Step out, trail leg stay straight. It's just as much of a strength exercise as it is a flexibility and mobility exercise. Let's go one more time each side. Excellent. Bring yourself up. One more time. Down to the left. Bring yourself up. Good. And relax. How's that feel? You getting a little sweat?
Yeah, getting a little sweat going.
Good. So what ends up happening is you're going to notice, because you're always swinging to the right-hand side, those hips get a little bit locked up. That side-to-side lunge just starts to open up those hips. It's not only a great strengthening exercise, it's something you can do before you go out and you hit balls, or even before you play around. You can use these just as much as a warm-up as you can for a workout. We're going to finish up with a couple of core exercises, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab a towel, because John's going to have some elbows on the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the length of the TRX to the bottom of the foot cradles are about 8 to 12 inches off the ground. John's going to have a seat right in front. Separate them out. I want you to take your right foot, put it into the left foot cradle. Good. Slide it all the way up into your arch. Good. And now you can just kind of let this foot turn to the side. Now bring that left foot over top the right foot, put it into the right foot cradle. And with your legs crossed, I want you just to roll towards me and point your toes as you roll over. Good. Slide it all the way up as far as you need to. Good. Point your toes, roll over, and just rest on the floor for a second. Nice. I'm going to give you the towel. Put it underneath your forearms, because he knows what's coming. We're just going to do some planks to really get your core nice and strong. Your feet are already even, so what we're going to do is we're going to start and have the muscle contraction start even before you come up off the ground. So I want you to feel like you're pulling your shoulders down and away from your ears. I want you to feel your abdominals start to contract. I want you to feel your glutes start to contract. And now lift yourself up off the floor into a nice straight plank. Now pull your toes towards your nose, hips a little bit higher. Good, and now you're going to hold this for about 7 seconds. You just want a nice strong contraction. I'm not going to make you hold it for a long time until you collapse out of it. We want a nice strong contraction. Bring yourself down nice and easy in control. Good. You're just going to rest on the floor for about 2 or 3 seconds. Deep breath in. Start to build that contraction. Bring yourself up off the floor. Hold it nice and tight. We're going to hold this one for about 10 seconds. Good. You got a nice straight line going from your ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. Bring yourself down, nice and easy. One more time, relax, deep breath in. Exhale, here we go. Last one like this, how you feeling? Nice and strong. Now separate those hands a little bit. We're just gonna hold it for 10 seconds. Good, you got toes to nose, you got a nice straight line. Feel like you're contracting those abdominals. That whole core is wrapping around as much as you can. Down and relax. So we did a prone plank or just a TRX plank. The next thing we're gonna do is a side plank. So what I want you to do is I want you to roll over onto your right side, which means your left foot's going to be on top of your right foot. So I want your left foot to go in front of your right foot, and I want you to go heel toe. So flatten out both your feet. Good. So this foot's just going to point straight towards this wall. Nice, just like that. So I want you driving this toe into this heel. You've got this left hand on the floor in front of you. Now I want you to extend your legs first. Feel your core tightening up. Lift yourself up. We're going to hold about 7 seconds. Good, if you feel strong enough, that hand comes up on that hip. You try and keep yourself nice and still. Bring those hips to the ceiling just a little bit more. 3, 2, in control. 1, come down under control. Point your toes and roll onto your stomach. Point your toes, roll onto your stomach. Good, and now you're gonna roll onto your right side. So now you roll onto your left side. Now your right leg's gonna be on top. Good, right heel goes to left toe. That left elbow goes underneath that left shoulder. We're going to do the first rep with that right hand staying on the floor to spot you. So you extend those legs first, get some tension in your core, lift it up, good, and we're just going to hold it for about 7 to 10 seconds. Just feel like you're driving those feet down into the foot cradles. You're trying to lift those hips up, good, and bring it down under control and relax. Just a couple deep breaths in. Exhale, nice. Extend those legs. Get tension building up in your core. Feel your quads squeezing, feel your glutes squeezing. Bring those hips up off the ground. Now take that right hand up onto your hip. Nice. And you want to feel like you're stacking this right shoulder on top of that left shoulder, on top of that left elbow, driving that heel into the toe. Come down into control. 3, 2, 1, down and relax. Nice job. Go ahead and take your toes out. How'd that feel? The look says it all on his face. So what we've got out of that exercise routine is we took some of our favorite exercises from the golf DVD. We had some pushing, we had some pulling, we had a lot of core stability, we had a lot of single leg work, we had some single arm work. What we've done is we've taken a series of exercises, put them together in a routine that's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes. They can work as a strength routine, they can work as a warm-up routine if you cut down the reps on it, but what it does, it's going to be able to transfer what you're doing in the gym out onto the course and out onto the driving range. So John, thanks a lot. We appreciate all the effort. I know this was one of your first times on the TRX. You did a great job. You can see that it really requires a lot more concentration, but full body integration, and I think we're going to even out that left and right side. So good luck to you next week, and good luck for the rest of the year. Thanks a lot. So I think that routine gives you everything you're looking for in a fitness program, and especially in a golf fitness program. It's working on your mobility, your stability, single leg work, and single arm work. Make sure you go to our online store, pick up the Titleist Performance Golf DVD for an entire exercise library, and while you're there, make sure you connect with our community, where you can ask questions and trade ideas and comments with other athletes, other coaches, and other TRX experts. You'll be able to find that this portable piece of equipment can follow you to the course, follow you on the road, and you'll learn how to get the most out of the TRX, the most out of your training, and get the most out of your game.